Hello and welcome to the daily quick market update video regarding Bitcoin and the cryptocurrencies, including the stock market. Starting with Bitcoin. Today we have seen quite a good decent amount of upside on the Bitcoin. However, I would still be supporting the idea that this is not the long-term pump. It will obviously be a short-term pump. Since Bitcoin has broken this trend line and retested it clearly, so we can easily remove this trend line from the chart right now, as it's not really worth it to be here. Clearing the chart and moving on towards the symmetrical pattern which we found, and the upper trend line was being respected by Bitcoin for quite a while. And right now we can see that in this 4-hour candle BTC has clearly broke out this trend line. However, if the breakout should be really good for the upside, then we can expect BTC to retest this trend line here. If I am to draw a pattern which I expect it to follow, that we can retest this trend line and then proceed upwards. However, the next target would be 21,555. Please note that this is not a very easy to reach target, and we have been rejected many times upon trying to reach there. However, we have reached there uh, when we first hit the 17,000 target, and there was enough volume in the market. If you can see, there was large amount of volume in the market, and therefore which enabled us to reach this target of 21,500 and then bounce back from this resistance area. Similarly, we try to break out this once again and even close the 4-hour 4-hour candle over it, since it's a 4-hour chart. However, in the next candle we closed back again within the range of 21,500. This would be the next time. This would be another time which we will be testing this support right now. And I expect Bitcoin, if enough volume in the market, which clearly there isn't, we can expect further downside from there. However, this breaking of the symmetric triangle is quite concerning for the people who have shorted Bitcoin, including me. However, I would still be suspicious of the volume in the market. The volume is apparently going down while you can see the price is going up. This is quite suspicious, as we can see that this is since there in every market there are two parties, that's bulls and bears. Clearly the bulls are right now allowing allowing this. We cannot say bulls are weak. Obviously it's a bear market, so it's their market right now. So bulls have always the upper hand in the market right now, since we didn't see a very good bounce after crossing the weekly 200 weekly moving average. So we still expect further downside to fulfill this wick area over here. This was by the weekly chart. So I still expect downside for BTC, even if we check the RSI levels on Bitcoin. Here we are seeing the RSI level for Bitcoin on the 4-hour chart. The RSI level is approximately at 65. If we see the daily chart, although I rarely use RSI in the bear market, right, as we obviously will be getting the oversold levels. However, right now our RSI even on the daily time frame is approximately 42, which is not that oversold, or it's a normal RSI. And if we see the 4-hour RSI, again it's 65. It's very close to being overbought. If BTC can even cross this or even reach this level, we can clearly see that BTC would become overbought, and then we can observe the bearish divergence pattern on the RSI chart as well. So that is I would say a short term pump, and we can clearly expect a further downside. However, my levels, my stop loss level would be approximately at 21,300 for closing 50% of the position which I have shorted. If you are following me on Twitter, you might be knowing that I have shorted BTC from starting from 19,500 and then another from 20,000 dollar level, as I expected this would be a short-lived pump, and still we can expect there is a lot of downside potential for this right now. Moving on towards the Bitcoin dominance is also showing us clearly the weakness of Bitcoin in the market right now. And if it's going to go downside, we can still expect BTC's price to bleed further, as we are seeing. We can observe this to test the support of 43.16% once again. and then that would indicate the weakness of the Bitcoin and overall crypto market, and resulting in bleeding of the overall market cap as well as the altcoins along with BTC. Moving on towards the stock market overall has shown green color, including Nasdaq, S&P 500, Dow Jones, and even the dollar currency index had hit a new all-time high today. These things are quite connected inversely with the dollar currency index. However, we can still see the stock market charts are on daily time frame. So it is a consecutive four day, and the stock market is still going upside. If we see the percentage difference for S&P 500, the S&P 500 over 4 days has gained approximately 3.76%. Nasdaq in the 4 days has gained approximately 2.77%. Bitcoin more or less, sorry, it was Dow Jones. If we see Nasdaq has gained approximately 5.38%. Bitcoin usually follows more or less the tech stock, since Nasdaq is the tech stock, and we can clearly see that Bitcoin is more or less pumping along with the Nasdaq, since Nasdaq is very close to its resistance level of from the last time which it rejected it even the last time the pump was for 1 2 3 4 5 complete days, and right now we are seeing the pump for 4 days. Last time Nasdaq rejected from the price level of 12,180 points, and we can still expect this resistance to work out, as we have still upcoming the CPI numbers and the Fed meeting. So I'd still expect volatility in the market, and more or less it would be on the downside. That is what my views are on BTC. If we look on the bigger picture on the weekly time frame for Bitcoin, one weekly time frame, I'll be talking about the moving averages. One is the bull market support band, which was clearly broken, and now we have the bear market last support. Even we are under the 200 weekly moving average from quite a while, and right now BTC is showing on the weekly time frame it is doing a sideways motion. The weekly resistance for Bitcoin is approximately, if we zoom out, is approximately $21,000. So here is our weekly resistance for Bitcoin. If I mark it to exact point, it would be here. So that is where we have just right now been rejected from the weekly resistance level, and if we expect further upside, then we can clearly see there is a trend being made here on the weekly time frame. The maximum it should be going or even closing before the weekly time frame, it should be approximately 21,200. If it breaks above this line, we can clearly see it can retest the 200 moving average. The 200 moving average right now has a value of approximately, if we see, 22,550. It could even reach this level. However, there are more chances of rejection here, as we are still in the macroeconomic difficult situation, and overall market is still in the bear market. We are deep in the bear market, so there is no point of being foaming into the market and being bullish here. Moreover, we have topicing on the macro perspective, we have a CME gap. If we can see the CME gap here, we have a CME gap at $28,700 to $27,360. We can even observe a flash move upwards within a week or so, and then retrace back to the new lows, which is my primary expectation for the year of 2022 or even 2023, as we still have the quantitative tightening phase going on. Moving on towards the news, today we have observed the Celsius has completely paid off its debt and the liquidation price is now zero. So this is a positive news for the crypto market overall. However, the crypto market right now is pumping due to the Nasdaq going upside. So we can clearly see the correlation of the stock market with the Bitcoin. However, I still expect the Nasdaq to correct as well as Bitcoin. If the video was useful for you, please hit the like and subscribe to the channel. Thank you.